Okay, let's see how we go with this. Wondering we're going to make it matte mode. It's really fine. Going at 400 for this. Going to make it full contrast. Let's see what we can do with this piece. Something funny. We got it's a card, but it's not a normal deck, part of a normal deck. It's a trick card. It's what they call a trick card. It's silly. It's a bit silly. I found this, got this in one of those Christmas bonbons from last year. So I thought I'd take it home and use it here in a demo eventually. It's one of them trick cards. It's really silly. Seems like a waste of paper and a waste of ink. And who else? Who knows what other resources? Plastic for the coating. Whatever. It just seems silly to make a card that's the same both sides. Anyway, we've enlarged it and we're going to make it into something more interesting than just this. Okay, so now I'm actually thinking we're going to just go to there. We're going to go here and stick it on 200. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to make this a dual colour job. We're going to make this, I'm going to start with black and green for this, so the red's going to turn green. Wondering, going to leave the contrast, going to leave the settings as is, and we're just going to take this, and this will end up in the recycle bin. It's not much choice, chalk. As a card, it's not much use to no use to plain. It's a bit silly. So we're photocopying this piece that we've made. So yeah, but basically, yeah, it's what they call a trick card. That's what someone told me anyway. But it's a bit silly. Let's see if we've made this trick card look any good. Looks interesting, but we still have it. We got some of that there. Wondering how we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this better. Just gonna turn it further. Just going to turn it a bit further, and we're gonna darken it a bit. It looks a bit wishy-washy and shitty, so we're just going to go and maybe darken it. We're going to stick it in the middle. Maybe using matte mode might have made it a bit wishy-washy for all we know, the original. Let's see if this looks any good. Yeah, we still have that edge. I don't like the edge. I'm wondering if we're going to do something more interesting. We're going to make it into a movement piece, stuff it. I'm not going to bother fucking around with it. We're going to make it more interesting than just a piece of fucking card. We're going to make this more interesting. Going to turn it into a movement piece. Sometimes things just don't lend themselves very well to just being static and still, so I like to use a bit of movement to make up for something that the original can't do as a straight image. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a lot better actually. Wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. That's a good one. I think it's going to be there. That looks really nice. So I'm wondering if we're going to do another one, an even better one, hopefully. We'll try another one, folks. But the first one, that one's not a bad job. That looks pretty good. It looks a bit wishy-washy though. I do think we might just darken it a bit. I'm going to darken it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, out it comes. Yeah, that looks very similar to the first one we did. It actually looks it looks better though because we got more colour. I'm actually thinking we're going to, it's a bit of a fleck. No, that's just bit of blue there. We're going to take a section out of this and we're going to enlarge it big. So that's how we're going to do it. So that's what we're going to use. So now we're just going to we're going to hit it up 400. So you can, sometimes you just pick a piece out of the image that looks really good. You don't always want to reproduce the whole image. Often you just end up, now this, I forgot to put this on, which is really unusual, but it doesn't look too bad without it. Maybe I do too much of this as a routine, I don't know. That's our first image. So we're just going to put that first image there. And we're going to take this image and we're going to just put this in the corner and we're going to blow it up really big. So we're going to blow it up really big, so as to speak. In other words, enlarge this huge, make a huge enlargement. So we're going to blow it up big, as they say. Stabilising image, please wait. That's typical Konica Minolta. Okay, out it comes. Let's see what we have. Whoa, that looks really bright. That looks very bright. I think I like it. So now we're just going to make this a mirror image. So we've got a bit of extra colour in there as well, which is really nice. So this trick card has become something useful for a change. At least it had a use instead of just being some piece of shit that you get in a Christmas bonbon, and then of course you get it, you don't like it, it's a piece of shit. I don't know why they make these stupid dumbass party festivity things. I mean, really, it's not good for the planet when you think about it. When you think about these pieces of rubbish plastic and paper and shit that doesn't have a use for very long, if at all. I mean, who really likes wearing one of those silly wax paper hats that you get in a bonbon? I mean, seriously. And other plastic shit like little clapping hands and dice. I mean, dice can be used, but it's probably not very good quality dice. You know, what you use in games, board games. You get all sorts of little bits. Some things are nice. I once got a mini pack of playing cards which looked similar to that card, except they were a full set, if I'm correct, unless they fucked it up in the manufacturing because it's so cheap. But it looked complete, and I used it in a demo a while back, beginning of somewhere in early last year, I think, soon after I got this photocopier. So I made a demo of that. So this is not sitting straight. Sorry folks, I haven't got these nice and straight. I think that's good enough. This demo's gone on long enough. I think now we can call this demo quits.